and started kicking her tiny legs. Mama Nkechi was taken aback. She had never seen a baby act like that before. At that moment, a wise old man from the nearby village, who had come to see someone at Mama Nkechi's village, showed up. He looked at Akua and said, "This one is special. She has the heart of a warrior. You can't just send her away." Mama Nkechi was astonished. She didn't know what to do next. The wise old man reassured her, saying, "Don't worry, I'll take care of Akua." In a little village called Omioma, there was a cheerful woman named Mama Nkechi. She always had a big smile and a kind heart. Mama Nkechi was eagerly waiting for her baby to arrive, and she was super excited. At last, the big day came, and Mama Nkechi welcomed twins into the world. But the villagers were taken aback. In this village, twins were seen as bad luck. People thought that having twins was a curse, and one of the babies had to be sent away. Mama Nkechi felt devastated. She loved both of her babies, and didn't want to lose either one. However, the villagers insisted that she had to pick one to keep and one to, well, or give away. Mama Nkechi faced a tough choice. She cared for both her babies deeply. In the end, she decided to keep her baby boy, Ikena, and let go of her baby girl, Akua. But Akua wasn't going to go quietly. She was a spirited little girl and had her own ideas. Just as Mama Nkechi was about to, Akua let out a loud cry and started kicking her tiny legs. Mama Nkechi was taken aback. She had never seen a baby act like that before. At that moment, a wise old man from the nearby village, who had come to see someone at Mama Nkechi's village, showed up. He looked at Akua and said, "This one is special. She has the heart of a warrior. You can't just send her away." Mama Nkechi was astonished. She didn't know what to do next. The wise old man reassured her, saying, "Don't worry, I'll take care of Akua. I'll teach her how to live and succeed in this world." So, Akua went to live with the wise old man. He taught her how to farm, hunt, and protect herself. Akua grew up to be a strong and courageous young woman. She even earned the nickname Unwanted Twin, which she wore proudly. As the years passed, Akua became a legend in the village. People traveled from far and wide to hear her story and learn from her bravery. And Mama Nkechi? She felt proud of both her children, Ikena and Akua. She came to understand that it was silly to believe that one of them was not wanted. The lesson here is that every child is unique and cherished, no matter the circumstances. Akua, the so-called unwanted twin, showed that even those who seem unlikely can become heroes. As time went on, Akua transformed into a strong and beautiful young woman. With her long dark hair and striking brown eyes that seemed to see into people's hearts, she was fiercely independent and had a clever mind. The villagers respected her, often seeking her advice and wisdom. One day, a young man named Obina arrived in the village. He was charming and good-looking, with a bright smile and a great sense of humor. Obina felt an instant connection with Akua, and they quickly became the best of friends. As they spent more time together, Akua found herself falling head over heels for Obina. It was a new feeling for her, and she wasn't quite sure how to deal with it. But Obina was gentle and understanding, helping her sort through her emotions. As their relationship grew, Akua and Obina encountered several challenges. Some villagers still viewed Akua as the unwanted twin, and they weren't always kind. However, Obina remained by her side, helping her face these difficulties. Despite the obstacles, the love between Akua and Obina only deepened. They would wander through the forest for hours, hand in hand, sharing their dreams and hopes. One day, Obina led Akua to the top of a hill that overlooked the village. He took her hand, gazed into her eyes. "Akua, ever since I first saw you, I knew you were someone extraordinary," he said, his voice shaking with feeling. "I want to share my life with you forever. Will you marry me? Aqua was surprised by the proposal, but she didn't think twice. She nodded enthusiastically, and Obina's face lit up. He knew he had found his wife. As they embraced and kissed, the villagers below erupted in cheers and celebration. Aqua and Obina's love had triumphed, and they were finally free to be together. However, their joy was short-lived. Just a few days after their engagement, a group of armed men invaded the village. They were led by a ruthless leader named Ez, who had a personal grudge against Aqua. Eza had been plotting revenge against Aqua for years, ever since she had stopped one of his wicked schemes. He had been waiting for the right moment to attack, and now that Aqua was happy, he saw his opportunity. "Ah, you have been a pain in my neck for too long," Ez hissed, his eyes filled with fury. "Today you will pay for your defiance." Aqua stood her ground, her eyes blazing with determination. "I will never give up," she declared, her voice unwavering. "I will fight to protect my village and the people I care about." Obina stepped forward, his eyes filled with rage. "You will not harm Aqua or our village," he said firmly. "We will stand and fight to defend what is ours." Eza smirked, his face twisted with disdain. "We'll see about that," he replied, drawing his sword. And just like that, the battle began. Aqua, Obina, and the villagers fought valiantly, but they were outnumbered and outmatched. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, Aqua recalled the wise words of the old man who had raised her. A true warrior uses both her mind and her strength. He had told her, "Use your wits to outsmart your enemies." Thinking quickly, Aqua used her knowledge of the forest and its hidden paths to outmaneuver Ez and his men, and then she and the villagers fought back with all their strength. When everything calmed down, Ez and his crew were beaten, and Aqua and Obina were celebrated as heroes. They had protected their village and showed that their love could overcome any challenge. As they stood together, holding hands and gazing over the village, Aqua realized she had finally discovered her true home. She found a place where she belonged, where she was cherished and accepted for who she was. And she promised herself that she would never let anyone or anything take that away from her again. Thank you for watching. Kindly share your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Also, click the notification button to get notified each time I post a new video. See you on my next video.